Kendria with Mann Lake. I'm here with Bob with Blue Ridge Honey Company. We're just going to do a little interview. We're at the expo here in Louisville, Kentucky. Are you enjoying your time here so far, Bob?
Absolutely. I've met so many people, and another fun aspect of it is seeing the same people that I met last year. So I'm seeing a lot of repeat people, and it's a little tricky because if people walk up and everybody that I met last year thinks I'm going to remember them. That's a little tricky, but it's also very fun too. I'm having a good time here.
So you've seen some old faces, you've seen some new faces.
A lot of both, yeah.
And where's your location at, Bob?
Lakemont, Georgia, which is right in the northeasterly corner of the state of Georgia. We're in the Blue Ridge Mountains, which is why we're called Blue Ridge Honey Company. That's the southern end of the Appalachian mountain chain. And we love living there, and that's we moved there from Oregon in 1991.
Okay.
And I went to visit a friend in the spring of '91 and decided I loved it there, and I moved out from Oregon.
Okay. How long have you been beekeeping?
Long time. How old are you? No, I'm just a joke. I'm probably longer than you've been alive. I started beekeeping in 1981.
Okay.
Okay.
That is longer than I've been alive, just to let you know.
I thought maybe. I bought 8 colonies in the spring of 1981 because I was convinced that I wanted to be a beekeeper and make my living at it, even before I ever had a beehive. I read a book by Walter T. Kelly. It was published in 1955 and was called How to Keep Bees and Sell Honey. I read that book 4 times and I said, that's for me.
Yeah.
And so that fall I went to work for a commercial beekeeper, a migratory beekeeper that living in southern Oregon in the Medford. I lived in a little town called Rogue River, which is in the Medford area. Most people have heard of Medford. And we would migrate. We would overwinter at home in southern Oregon, and then we would migrate down to the Madera Turlock area in California and pollinate almonds. Then we would pollinate back home where there was a big pear industry at that time. And we'd pollinate pears, and then we would migrate to eastern Washington and pollinate apples, and then we would migrate to North Dakota and produce honey.
Okay, what kind of apples?
Oh gosh, you're asking, that's a 45-year-ago question. I don't know, honestly. Chelan, Washington is where we would go to pollinate apples.
All right.
There's a big apple industry out there.
You have a warehouse?
Oh yeah, big building. We process a lot of honey, much more than we produce.
Okay.
We're what I would call a producer packer. To me, that means somebody that not only produces honey, but also buys more honey than they produce and packs it and sells it. And last year, it sounds like a big number, what I'm about to say, but in the big scheme of things, it's not that large. We packed about 1,500,000 pounds of honey last year.
Does sound like a big number.
It is. Well, for me, it's a big number. I just went to out to San Antonio and hung out with all those big guys out there at the American honey producers.
To them, that didn't sound like such a big number,
not such a big number, no. But for me, it's a big number.
Me and you, that's a big number.
That's a big number. So we might produce 100,000 pounds in a year in a decent season. At one time, and when I was younger, 10 years ago, I had close to 3,000 colonies. Now I'm a little under 1,000. I'm not retiring, but I'm not doing what I used to either. I don't want to work like that anymore. So I'm getting a little older, as you can tell.
What would you say your favorite breed of honeybee is? I
like the Caucasians a lot.
Yeah.
We really do. But having said that, I'm also dabbling in other lines of bees, and probably will end up crossing Caucasians with something else. The Caucasians my experience with them is they're a little more susceptible with some of the diseases and issues, and some are not. Like for instance, we did an alcohol wash on an entire yard of Caucasian bees last summer and found that most of them had the average August count of 2, 5, 10. And we ran across 2 colonies that had 0 mites. So see, that's the beginning of a breeding program right there. And we're going to start doing it.
So what's your favorite product that you sell from Mann Lake?
The frames. I like the Mann Lake frames.
You run plastic foundation?
Right Cell is one of the better ones. I can't think of one that's any better. I can think of some that are worse, and I'm not going to mention any names, but we carry Right Cell Foundation because we like it ourselves. It's a little deeper cell than some of the other ones that are being sold here at the convention. Decent product, but we like Right Cell. And we also, of all the frames that I have seen, and even some of the most recent ones that have just come out in the last 6 months, I think Mann Lake has the best frame. That's my personal experience, my personal opinion. And honestly, those 2 items are probably why I'm a Mann Lake dealer.
I like the right cell. It's, because it's double wax coated.
Yeah.
It's got that deeper cell, helps the bees build out on it a lot.
The bees
faster.
like it. If you just put it in side by side with some of the others, and I know we're doing a Mann Lake interview here, but there's other good brands, Acorn, Purco, and some of the rest, but also some of the other big name brands are not that great, and people don't even know it. They don't know there's something better.
All right, so where are you going to next, Bob?
Where's
your next expo?
Well, I got to go to, I think it's in Longview, Texas.
Longview, Texas.
Yeah, let's see, Northeast Texas Beekeepers Association. And then I got to go to the East Missouri Beekeepers Association shortly after that. And going to Manitoba Beekeepers Association in February. Yeah, let's go to Manitoba in February. That sounds like a good time, right? So anyway, it'll be
I'm going
good.
to Milwaukee in January,
Oh, man.
so
Yeah,
I'm
there
right
you
there
go.
with you, Bob.
Yeah. So yeah, I in my later years now, I'm not working as hard, running less bees, and I'm having fun speaking at these events. If I get invited and I can work it in my schedule, I try to go because it's fun. And this is going to sound corny, but I kind of approach it like I'm helping a little bit by doing so. There's a lot of people here that have
the next generation of beekeepers.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people here that only had bees a few years, and they can learn from people that have been doing it for 44 years. Yeah.
Now let's say classes. Do you offer classes at your all's facility?
We do, yeah. This spring we're going to have just little 3-hour classes for the local people. It's actually the Northeast Georgia Beekeeping Association that is sponsoring the classes, but they're doing it at our facility.
Okay.
If somebody in Northeast Georgia was interested, they'd want to go online and search out the Northeast Georgia Mountain Beekeepers Association. They could sign up for a class.
Okay.
They're simple. They're nothing special. Just a little 3-hour beginner, so you can tell the difference between a deep and a medium, that kind of class,
Now, do you all ship from your all's facility?
We do, and we don't have a substantial website yet, but we are working on it. People are getting tired of hearing this because for a year I've been saying it's coming, but it really is. We're going to have a pretty nice website pretty soon, and we're going to be shipping everything you see here, and everything in our store will be available online. It's coming pretty soon.
Okay, we're looking
And we're
forward
going to start
to it.
taking advantage of your Mann Lake emails, which I've not been taking advantage of very well. So I don't know who's in charge of that.
I'm here for that, Bob.
Is that your job?
That'd
Okay.
be me, yeah.
Well, keep after me. Keep sending me those little reminders. I appreciate that. One of these days I'm going to shock you and respond.
All right, Bob. Anything else you want to add?
No, it's just we're having fun here. Wish you were here.
Thank you so much, Bob, for the interview. We definitely appreciate it. Again, we're here with Blue Ridge Honey Company. If you all need anything, be sure to reach out to them, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're a good interview. Thank you.